welcome once again to the Den of Doom. Today what I'm going to do with you is a post-run or bike quick cool down stretch. So the first thing, every stretching regime should really be personalised to you, to what part of your body stiffens up the most. So with me, my lower back, my glutes, they get the tightest. So I always start my stretch first of all by going down and doing a really deep squat. Now in here I'm actually getting a bit of a stretch on the quads. I'm getting that lovely long stretch down my lower back and through the glutes here. My calves are also getting a little bit of a stretch. I'm just going to hold that there so I can feel the stretch all the way down. And then I'll stand up. So I'll do about 3 of those before I go into my stretch, just because I want to make sure that the tightest muscles are as loose as they can be. So take it down again, stretch that back, hug my knees, and push that back away from me so I can really feel it loosening off. And up again. So we're going to hold it for about 15 to 20 seconds and down again. Loosening off that stretch, tuck your head in. Brilliant. So that's the first thing that I'll do. I then want to stay standing if I'm outside. So we've got to think about the stretches that we can do that maintain our standing position. So we can look at doing our hamstrings. So one foot in front of the other, stick your bottom out, keep your knees in line, so about a fist's distance between them. Lean on the bent leg, push your bottom out. Hold it there so you feel a stretch going through that hamstring. Make sure that your back is flat. If your back rounds, you'll lose that hamstring stretch. So keep it nice and tight, nice and straight. Okay, and change legs. Leaning on the bent leg, knees are in line, fist between, back nice and flat. And then the next one, just swap sides. Do each side 2 to 3 times. We'll do 3 times with this one, but we'll change the stretch on the 3rd effort. Keeping that back nice and flat, hips nice and square. Don't lean too much over to one side. And then swapping over again. This time with this one, again, make sure you're nice and stable. You're going to pull your toes up. So straight after your run or bike, this is what you need to be doing. Hopefully it'll only take about 10 or 15 minutes, depending on how stiff you feel. If you're outside, you won't want to sit down, so I'll make sure that they're all standing up stretches today. When we lift our feet up, it takes the stretch down into the gastrocnemius. Okay, so now we're going to look at our quads. So you're standing outside, you don't want to go down on the floor. So to stretch our quads now, take one foot into your hand. Make sure that your hips are pushed forward. You're not bent through, okay? So keep that knee pointing down, hip pushed forwards. And if that's not much of a stretch, push your foot into your hand. And then swap legs. Notice I'm using the wall as a balance. Knee pointing directly to the floor. Push through the hip. Change legs. We're going to do 2 on each side. And last one. Make sure when you're doing it that the knee is pointing directly down and not out to the side at all. You're struggling to balance there, holding onto your knee, holding onto your ear. Okay, and relax. So from here, we're going to look at doing the inner thigh. So we're just going to take our legs nice and wide and lean over to one side. Have both feet pointing forwards, because as soon as you turn it, you take it off that inner thigh. So keep it pointing forwards throughout. And change over to the other side. So it's about 15 seconds on each one. Take it nice and low as we cross over. Take your leg a little bit wider. Keep those feet pointing directly forwards. And to the other side. Okay, bring it up. So from here, we're going to do the glutes and IT band stretch. You may well need something to balance yourself on. So you're going to put one foot on your knee and you're going to sit down. Turn your body to get a deeper stretch in that glute muscle. So again, keep your back nice and flat, don't just round it over. So nice and flat across through the top, and you should be feeling the stretch here in the glute. Push that knee out a little bit further and breathe through. Okay, swapping sides. The left foot up onto your knee, take it down. So move your upper body in order to feel a deeper stretch. So it might be you need to go closer to your foot in order to get that stretch in the glute. Nice flat back. And swap sides. You might find that one is a lot easier than the other. And swap sides. Last one before we do our calves. Breathe out to relax. Up we go. Now in order to do the calves, I would suggest a step is probably the best for you to use, but I'm going to use, she says, my chair. It is weighted at the moment, so I'm going to put my foot on the step or the chair and just drop the heel down off it. Now with a straight leg, it's getting the gastrocnemius, which is those big outer muscles. And then with a bent leg, you're getting the soleus, which is the deeper muscle underneath the gastrocnemius. Okay, swap over, drop the leg down, put your weight through that heel, feel the stretch. Bend the leg. Okay, and if you haven't got a chair or a step, clearly, hopefully you've got a wall, so you can place your hands on the wall, straight leg, stretching through, push that hip forwards, get the heel pushing into the ground. Okay, bring it in, bend the leg in order to get a stretch in the soleus. Okay, and swap legs. So take it out nice and far, get a full stretch on it, push your hip through. Bring it in, and then you can just put your weight through it. Okay, and relax. So that's it. That's a short, sharp stretch. That's what you need to be doing in order to make sure at least those legs are loosened off and ready to go. The key muscles that you've been using. You may need to do an upper body stretch to loosen off a little bit more of that lower back and upper body and shoulders, because obviously you are still using them when you run. But thank you for joining us. Hopefully that was helpful.